Hi, I'm Pete. I'm an IT manager slash superhero.
Pete, bad news.
What happened?
I put a very expensive latte on top of my car, drove off, and it spilled. It's bad.
How's that my problem?
Oh, my laptop was up there too.
Okay, that's why we use connection services to manage our cloud. Everything's backed up. I can access your stuff remotely. You won't miss a meeting.
I really wanted that latte, Pete.
For hardware, software, support, and empathy. For Pete's sake, connect with Connection.
I hate to break it to you, but you're in for a big surprise. 5 years from now, Jane, who's resigning today, will ring the NASDAQ bell, officially launching her company on the public market. And what you'll soon realize is that Jane stole your most valuable data to start her new company on her way out the door. Learn how Code 42 Insider can stop data theft and protect your organization's most valuable assets. Visit code42.com to learn more.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. First things first, a lot of stuff. First things first. Let me read this. Our cybersecurity expert, Tempest Simone Smith, Esquire. Just making stuff up. I think Esquire is like for lawyers.
Wow, you be putting my whole government name out here like people don't steal information.
Well, I mean, it could be, your social and your address and all that other stuff. But,
All right.
Well, let me know my role in shutting my mouth. We're having current issues with these emails. We don't know why. We're figuring it out right now. This means if you know and let me tell you something, you know somebody with these emails, especially if they are a baby boomer. Okay. Any of these emails, which is like everything owned by Microsoft, and then of course, Steve's favorite mail.com. We're having issues with all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these domains. We are working on this issue. That means that when someone attempts to join your success team, until we tell you this issue is fixed, they need to use an email that is not these domains. Essentially, what is happening, we don't know why mail.com, we're figuring that out. But if Microsoft owns it, then right now we're having an issue with Microsoft and the communications. We will have it fixed here shortly, but just know that this has happened. Well, mail.com has been since day one. That was Steve's original email, but the rest of them has just happened. And I'll tell you why here in a second. Tim has put in chat, does anyone here use an email address to log in to the software? So if you have this, do me a favor, copy and paste this chat to the chat. And if y'all can, I know you're brushing your teeth and stuff, but if you can answer the question, you help yourself out. Yeah, you help yourself out. Does anyone use Outlook.com, Live.com, Hotmail? You're going to copy and paste this and put it in wherever y'all communicate on Facebook. Just type it just like that. When they ask questions, tell them to jump their ass on the meeting. Okay. Now, there's currently an issue with this signing up. So you got Outlook.com, Live.com, Hotmail.com, MSN.com, and Mail.com. Does anyone currently log in with these domains? I doubt it, but we're going to ask that question anyway. Okay. So this software is a doozy. Also, with the update of the new iOS, who's familiar that Apple just updated their Mac and their iPhone iDevices like a week ago. All right, that caused the software issues. But we have fixed Tempest, and our team has fixed these issues. That means, and iCloud.com. Thank you. Thank you. Let me recopy and paste this here. Tempest, make sure we address iCloud.com too, because she's right.
iCloud.com also doesn't work?
Yep. From day one.
Okay.
From day one, yeah. She's right. All right. Now, I'm going to repeat all this because people are coming on. Grace, I don't know where a coaster is, and I know you don't like messing up your fancy tables. Oh, here's a coaster here. I need another one. If you're just joining us, I will repost inside the chat that we're having issues with these domains. That means that you need, when you sign people up, you're going to want to tell them, you're going to ask if they have these domains, and you're just going to tell them this for right now, with the update of everyone updating their stuff because it's fall, there's some sort of issue. And just to stop them from, just have as least friction as possible. Let me clear a little louder. Just have as least friction as possible. Then here you go. Just avoid these domains for right now. It's not too hard because people have 5 or 6 emails. Everybody understand me so far? Okay, let me reiterate this in a different way. Should you want to continue the momentum that you have and desire to get paid until we tell you that this issue is fixed, find another domain name. If you don't have this problem, that means you don't use this domain name. But Microsoft is Microsoft. They have a lot of people that use Microsoft. Live.com is Xbox related. Everybody has an Xbox. MSN.com was first. Microsoft, I think, bought it, or that was original. Hotmail, Microsoft bought many years ago, almost 15, maybe 20. And Outlook is Microsoft's very own thing. Okay. Lisa says she doesn't have an Xbox. Understandable. Just know that we're talking about, I don't know, 1/5 of the whole world. This is fair. This is not a small issue. With 1/5 of the whole world, because Microsoft. No. So what do you suggest for folks at Yahoo? Nothing. Yahoo is just fine. Yahoo's not an issue. Yahoo goes straight through. Steve asked a question. Tim says she handled it. I still don't have access to the free software. My senior level and all pay do not show up. Oh yeah, we fix that right now. Okay, fix that. I think Tim is going to fix it right now. So we'll fix that right now. Oh, that's because his accounts. That's because his accounts. Yeah, that's he had to get another account, Tempest, because mail.com. His main stuff is on mail.com. That's what that is. So Tempest can fix that right now. There you go. Sorry about that, Steve. That was absolutely a slip through the cracks because of that. All right. Repeat one more time. This is a issue of epic proportions, but we have made it this small. Okay. We're on it with everybody. Everybody gets a phone call and we are on it. But now what we have to do is we got to train you for the little small. You share my whiteboard. Here is a accurate representation of what we got under control. Okay, right there. But the front lines, you had no idea this was going on, and we didn't know either. Mm-hmm. And now I'm telling you all, hey, when y'all go out there, make sure that you screen people with their emails. Okay? Mm-hmm. Just like that. It works something like this here. Hi, Phil. My name is Tom. I want to sign up. Great. Tom has watched the video. Phil does all the great stuff that he does. Okay, Phil, Tom, ready to sign you up. Which email will you be using? And Tom's going to say, well, I use live.com. Great. See that? Yeah. Great. Tom, can you do me a favor? Signed up quite a few people here, and I've noticed that live.com isn't as compatible with the software that has been. Can we use Yahoo, Gmail, or something else that you Yahoo, Gmail was Yahoo or Gmail? Can we use a Yahoo or a Gmail? And you just go just like that. Okay. This will not last for a long time. It should be fixed in the next 24 to 48 hours, depending on how we get smacked with the holiday. But there you go. Okay. We have worked on the software effortlessly and getting punched in the face. Effortlessly too, not effortlessly for our part. We effortlessly took the punches in the face, Phil. But we did that. But that has happened. Now, so that's the biggest issue.
Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
If they have a small business, they can use their business email.
Most domains have worked just fine. The only domain that we have anyone who has used your own domain, we've only had one issue with a personal domain, like your small business domain, and that was Pam Norris's Ice. She's the only one we had an issue with. And Pam Norris, Ice Buddy, her server team actually had us blocked. They just had us blocked. So anybody coming from, she has to approve emails first and then do it. So she had to get with her software team to change that. So 99% chance that will work over there. So if you have that was a great question, Susan. You have a small business, then you'll be just fine 99% of the time. The only one issue we had was Pam Norris. Everybody else went right through. Ken Johnson had iCloud, right? Mm-hmm. He couldn't get through. KenJohnsonMail.com. So Ken Johnson and Steve on day one, they was always waiting on the verification and never got it because we had these issues. Of course, we couldn't identify these issues on day one because we didn't have enough data. You can't have two people that say something's wrong. Mm-hmm. You got to have a bunch of something is wrong to have enough data to do that. Okay. There was also, just to show you how much we are on the job and serving you, how many of you noticed that you could not sign up on a user, nice computer program talk. You couldn't sign up a new student on your success team. There we go. I got to switch out of programmer to talk. I've been talking about programming the whole time. User is what we say. You couldn't sign up on your success team on your mobile phone. Did anybody notice that? Have you tried to use your mobile phone and couldn't do it? No, you haven't tried it. That's okay. It's okay.
Good morning.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Is that you and your fixed phone? Or this is the other phone? You fixed your phone? Okay, I think she's saying yes. Your smile say you fixed your phone. I guess your niece got some millennial in her. Good job, niece. Good job. There you go. That issue has been fixed. You can now sign up anyone on your mobile device. That wasn't for, it's good. That wasn't for Android, that was iPhone only. So if you had an iPhone for the last 24 to 40, since the update, you could not sign people up properly because the stuff would move. That's not an issue no more. Everybody, if you're nod your heads, if you're with me, okay? All right, good. So if you have an iPhone, you can sign people up on mobile. That was never an issue with Android. Okay, but that was that was the Team Droid. Okay, no. You got to keep in mind three things here. Technology is crazy, but don't just look at America. So you got me, Tempest, and three other programmers, and we all work together, and we all program. The problem is COVID-19 is killing everything. I need y'all to receive this. 3 of our engineers are in India, and me and Tempest are in America. So I said, you got 3 things. First thing was technology is crazy. Second thing is you have 12 and a half hour, or not this time, it's 11 and a half hour time difference. So we be up at 2 a.m, like Steve was for OBA, you know, take it. Remember that, Steve? It's 2 a.m. He's up. Yeah. We be up at 2 a.m working out computer programming issues. So that's that. So sometimes it takes, instead of fixing a problem in 40 minutes, it takes 4 hours, which is actually super fast than anybody else. If you don't know it, let me explain to you the industry standard. Put out something and you put a patch out 2 weeks later. So we're fixing 2 weeks later problems in 4 hours. Okay, that's all right, Grace. You can clap all by yourself. Thank you very much. All right, there you go. Okay, Steve Tempest said in chat that your classes are fixed now. Is Mike in here now? Your classes are fixed now. There we go. Get this off of there. All right. The third issue is nobody can go to the office. We don't have an open office, and India is fit to go, or more than likely to go back on a whole country lockdown again. Oh, wow. So you're talking about doing this business, doing all this stuff in the middle of the greatest hoax of all time in the modern history. Okay, it's the greatest hoax. I couldn't help myself, Jerry. I couldn't help myself. The greatest hoax. All right, so that's that. If you're just joining us, right now we have an issue with these people attempting to sign up. They can't get the verification emails. It is not an ATS issue. The issue is coming from Microsoft and Apple on as far as iCloud goes. It's not on our end. Our domain is there's approval ratings 0 to 100. We're at a 97%. That means that all our emails are highly respected, and we're whitelisted. You understand? So it's not an ATS issue. We're not being blocked. There's a communication issue somehow, and we have contacted Microsoft and iCloud, Apple, the cloud division, just to solve this problem. Should we not be able to solve this problem, a few things will change. We'll hear back sometime. When do you think we'll hear back, Tempest?
I'm actually chatting with them right now, so trying to fix it right now.
All right, there you go. Again, like I say, the way it works, Jeanette, is you fix y'all ever downloaded something? You know, you get you update your phone, or you download your computer, you update your computer, and then a month later they send you a patch and they say, here's 14.1. All right. We don't fix problems in a month. We typically fix problems in a day because we're workaholics. So we're fixing month problems in 4 hours in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of possibly being locked down, and with 11 and a half hour time difference as well. So, okay, just so you know, we're moving at light speed. It's incredible how we're moving, except for, thank you very much. Yes. Yeah. It just sucks to, have problems. But again, it's something I always say, never read it in the book. I'm just going to tell you what it is. Success will reveal your failures. Wherever you start winning, any hole in your foundation will be shown. And apparently we had holes in our communications with Microsoft, because 5 of those 6 domains are Microsoft owned. 4 of those 6 domains are Microsoft owned. Mail.com, which I have no idea who owns that. And then, of course, Apple. But as we said, as Tempest just said, she's chatting with them right now. We had to, and then it's the holiday. So the responses are, everyone's on a skeleton crew. They're on a skeleton crew. I'm pretty sure the person that we talking to has a collared shirt on, and they boxers with their legs crossed on their card table, and some cognac on the table as well. I'm pretty sure something like that is happening. So, but everybody's working diligently. That's it. That is your private. Remember, this is our private meetings that we've opened up to the public. So if you just heard a bunch of private stuff, congratulations, because we keeping our word by having private meetings that we open up to the public. Antonio, should you ever tell people who are paying monthly about stuff like this? Probably not. But did you promise that you have private meetings that you make public? Yeah. Are they learning? Yes. This time you're learning from our mistakes, not from our successes. Do you understand? So right now, some of you should be, or she should be saying, man, if I scale up, I better make sure that I know that I need to be talking to Microsoft. I need to be, how many of you knew that your company needs to actually be consistently talking with Microsoft and Apple and whoever the hell mail.com is, that everybody apparently uses but me? Because Steve, you ain't the only one. we found everybody with mail.com. Okay, everybody. Y'all got me? All right, outstanding. In about 6 to 12 months, we're going to do a major overhaul. It's too much to say, so and we only got like 30 minutes left, so it's too much to say. But many things will change and be different. Many things, but that's not to say this is bad. That is just to say the overhaul is already underway. You don't crush competition the day you get on the track. No, you run and you change your diet for 4 years, and then you show up at the Olympics. Just so everybody can understand this here. Olympic sprinters, this is you sprinters, so everybody know what that is. Sacrifice 4 years of their life. No beer for the most part. No, strict diets. 4 years, no clubbing, sleeping in hydro baths, whatever they do, hyperbaric chambers. Seriously, what they do. They work out every day. And the only advantage they would get after 4 years of sacrifice is 1/10 of a second. Process that information. Please know the difference between first place and second place is 1/10 of a second. So you don't show up on the Olympic track. Actually, the United Kingdom Olympics sprinting has come along greatly, and they're not going to work hard to lose by 1/10 of a second. Okay, Jamaica just run around like what playing football in the street is to America is what Jamaicans just do. Like, there's no football; it's just track. It's just track. Right, it's track and soccer. That's their main two sports. Anywho, or American football, but not American football. Right, there you go. All right, that's that. You put it in the chat too. However y'all communicate. All right. Other than that, we will have this issue fixed probably much faster than what you think, and I probably could have had it fixed for y'all figured it out. But at the same time, your job is to steal everything and learn some stuff. You got it? Mm-hmm. Here's what you should have learned here. I got 4 teaching lessons for you. Number 1, if you're going to start winning, you're also going to start losing. Sure hope y'all receive that. If you're going to start winning, you're going to start losing. This is what it is. Number 2, you may want to, this is why I don't want regular customers. How many times y'all heard me say I don't want regular customers? Mm-hmm. I don't want them. I don't want them at all. I don't want them because Steve has been here quite some time and it had to change his whole email system. You want Steve's. You don't want, I don't know, John, who's going to be belligerent about it. You understand what I'm saying? You want Steve. All right, Tibbs just sent me. They are okay. Tibbs just gave me an update. She and our team, and not me, because I'm here talking to you right now, are working on an issue right now, but it could take some time because of it's what's the day? Wednesday? Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, isn't it? Yeah. We I don't know what to say. It's tomorrow and Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, at least America is going to be shut down. And I ain't talking about COVID. But then here's what's going to happen. And that's going to be a super spreader of days. So what's going to happen is, share your calculator, Grace. Let me just prepare y'all for what's going to happen. This is how I made my decision. This is why we won the COVID-19 battle. Let me, if I've never said nothing else, I'm about to say something that shows you exactly how my brain works. All right, she's trying to share her screen. There we go. Grace, every time I say a day, can you just plus one for me? You start with one. That would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Thank you very much. That's 5. Okay, wait. No, stop. Oh. Let me tell you how this really works. There's 5 days there. Now, we're just talking about America. However, this is going to happen worldwide. Stop your whole screen real quick. I somehow got 31 minutes to tell y'all how to run your current company, scale up to where we are, and then keep in mind that we're scaling up to where Google is. And in 31 minutes, I need to teach you how to be a savvy CEO that sees all the way into April. Is this okay? Somehow I have to do this. Don't multitask for the next 2 minutes, and you'll see how my brain works. Share your screen, Grace. That was 5 days. Does anyone disagree with the fact that that was 5 days? Outstanding. Steve said no. Grace, COVID-19 has a 14-day incubator period. You understand? I know it hasn't happened to you, or I know it's a hoax, or I know it's science, but it doesn't matter. 14-day incubator period. That means, clear the calendar, Grace. That means on tomorrow, plus 1, also starts 14 days. Now, this is not a 14-day detection period. This is 14 days for the virus to multiply enough for you to start having symptoms, assuming you're not asymptomatic. But it means, and I really hope y'all need to start thinking like this. That means that's not 1 day, that's 15 days. Because Thursday plus whoever interacted on Thursday is going to walk around 14 days from now and figure out on the 15th day something's wrong. And then on average, they're going to spend 3 days trying to heal themselves. So now that's 17 days. And then they're going to spend a day getting tested. That's 18 days now, because that's 14 days after. No, right? No, that's what I said. It's 18 days after. Yeah, or 17 days, 18 days after. And then I have to wait 24 hours to 72 hours for the results, depending upon how you took the test. So we're going to go ahead and just assume 3 days. Go ahead, Jerry.
Well, and then oftentimes they're making them come back in because they don't trust the test. So oftentimes once you get that test, then you got to do another test.
Jeez, I don't even know how to add up those days. So we went from 18 to 21. And if you took the little speedy test, then now you got to come back in. So let's just add 1 day from 21 to 22. Okay. It could be more. Now, this is stop your screen, Grace. Does everyone receive that I have not inflated a single number? If you can, flash your cameras for me, drop in chat. Let me just say that you are paying attention. Okay, thank you, Sugar. All right, a few more other people. All right, cool. That means, Grace, go back to your calculator. I would have her multiply, but I need you to see it. 1 plus 22. That's just Thursday. That's 23 days. 1 day creates 23 days of havoc. Now, put in chat 23, Deanna. We know we're going to do 23 times 5, but I need them to see it. Do 1 day again, Grace, plus 23, and do it 4 more times. Because we can't multiply days. You got to live through every last one of them. Just put 23 plus 23. So I'm sorry, it's going to be 20. You need to put 24 in the chat. So let's just speed it up now. Clear the chat. We're going to do 24 times 5. 24 times 5 equals. Now, I want y'all to look at what I said. You know how I know it's 4 months? Because I know how to do math in my head real quick. Listen to what I said at the beginning. I want to teach y'all how to see out to April. Did I not say that? Yeah, I did not get this far without this gift up here. You understand? That's 4 months. This is the end of whatever the hell the month is, November. That means that all of December, all of January, all of February are gone. All of March is gone. And you're not going to have any calm downness until mid-April. If you are not working on a plan to protect your business until April 12th, you're not being a savvy CEO. Now, if that helped you, could you give me some positive feedback through unmuting your mic or turning on your camera or a thumbs up like Jerry just did? Anything like that. Because that's exactly what you should be thinking.
I remember when this started, you told us how everyone was saying prepare for like 6 months or something.
18 months.
18, yeah. Well, you told us 18 months, but everyone else was saying like prepare for like 3 months to 6 months. And you said 18 months, and I've learned from history with you that when you say that, that's because you know something we don't. And I be doggone if it lasted more than 6 months. So in my head, when you...
Do you know how many files your employees have uploaded, downloaded, emailed, airdropped, slacked, or shared via Google Drive today? A lot of that data has left your organization, and you don't even know it. Visit code42.com to learn how Insider prevents data exfiltration.
Stand out from all the rest by becoming a CFA charter holder. As the investment industry evolves, professionals need the tools to evolve with it. When you become a CFA charter holder, you're not only developing real-world skills and expertise, you're demonstrating to employers that you have what it takes to thrive. In fact, more than 80% of those who earn the CFA charter say it boosted their career. Sound interesting? Go to cfainstitute.org/learn to find out more about the Level 1 CFA exam.
tell me if you're not ready, got toilet paper.
You're right though.
But when you tell me April, in my head, I'm thinking not April of 2021, but April of 2022, because I've learned from you.
Would you like to know what I really? Would y'all like to know what I really think? I
Yes.
think for the first time in modern history, the Olympics will be completely canceled. I do not think there would be a July 2021 Olympics in Tokyo. I believe that this is going to be completely politicized. It has to be because Tokyo, I believe, is where the Olympics are, has spent hundreds of billions of dollars and they should be recouped. And now what you're going to have is, well, we can't do the Olympics then. So they got the athletes who have, like, athletes don't get paid the way you think they get paid. They get paid from local commercials and the Wheaties commercials and stuff like that, right? But these people still, you're going to have some star athletes pregnant. And you're going to have some male athletes that are going to get older. It just is what it is. Ah, okay. That makes sense. All right. So now we know. We just figured out the male problem. Tempers just sent me. We just figured out the male problem. We're going to. I got some solutions for that. We just figured out the male problem. Now, if you're just joining us, right, if you're just joining us, I just mathematically showed you how 120 days this is going to continue to be it. 120 days. Thanksgiving will last 5 days in America, but for every day you have to add 24 days because it's the 14-day incubator, 3 days that people are going to walk around with symptoms and say, take Dayquil and NyQuil. You know what I'm talking about. Don't act like I got an itch in my throat. Let me go to the doctor. That is not how human beings work. I'm gonna sleep this off. So that you got 17 days, and then you're gonna schedule an appointment, but that's going to be a little slow. So that's now 18 days. And then you're going to have to wait 3 days for your test. There is 21 days. And then, and just we put 2 days extra. So for every 1 day, it's 24 days. And 24 times 5 equals 120. That means that the next 5 days are going to affect the entire world until mid-April. What she said, then repeat the cycle for Christmas. And the new year. Right? And the new year. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, we always wondered why flu season was January and February. Was because we abused ourselves during the holidays. We drank too much, we ate too much, we didn't exercise, we didn't sleep well. So we built up all these behaviors that were against our own natural immunity. So naturally, January and February is when flu season would actually kick into its higher gear.
That makes good sense. What I told y'all listen. This has to be the best meeting possible because I'm showing y'all should be savvy CEOs that are thinking out into April. I'm thinking way past April. I'm thinking, would you like to know what I'm I'm finna say that. I don't think the Summer Olympics are going to go on in June 2021, as they said. I would hope so. I don't think so. I don't think that this is going to let up until, I don't think COVID is going to let up until the beginning of 20, what the hell? Was 21's next? 22. All right, thank you. These numbers, man. You got numbers are here, sports statistics. It get hard, Jerry, to hold everything together, right? 2022. But they're going to rush you with vaccine. It's going to work. I'm not saying it's not work. I'm not even being conspiracy theory. Okay? And then you're going to go for some herdness. That's cool. None of this is a problem. But guess what's going to happen? The economy is going to collapse. It's already collapsed. You're not thinking about the system can't hold everyone using the system at the same time. Go ahead, Justin. Oh, I think you're trying to make. The system can't hold everyone pulling from it. It just can't do it. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, and the Dow being as high as it is, just it proves that because people don't have a better place to put their money. There's no place to put your money because you don't want to put it into cash because that's a no win situation. So people that have resources and assets, they look over the landscape, say, where's the best place to put it for now? They put it in the stock market, which makes it go up. As I've said before, what makes a stock go up at any time is more people want to buy it than sell it. What makes it go down at any time is more people want to sell it than buy it. That's it. That's the only reason why stocks move. So right now, more of the wealthy people are saying, where do I park my assets right now to protect them the most? And right now, the U.S. stock market is one of those vehicles.
Absolutely. And now Tesla Elon Musk just went up $100 billion in 1 year. That's never happened before. Go ahead, Jerry.
I don't know about everybody else, but I'm thinking it's a really good time to perfect email marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time to spend some real energy on some of that stuff.
Let me tell y'all what I told the engineer. Oh, go ahead, Susan.
No, I was just, how I was saying last night to check in on people.
Yep.
Check in on people. Well, my cousin, I got an email back from him, and he was with Four Seasons out in California for 15 years. And, he's been laid off all this entire time. And he said to me, over the 15 years I've worked there, I've met lots of VPs, especially military leaders, almost all generals. I've met and known 90% of the Joint Chiefs of Staffs, General Mattis, and hit it off with him. And I've been to the Pentagon, President Trump's inauguration and Memorial Day services of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I've also had the chance to know 90% of the CEOs, CIOs, and COOs, CFOs, etc., in Silicon Valley. So I've invested in a company, and he started showing some of his earnings that he's had, which actually is just been phenomenal. So
it's time to do more of that.
Yeah, because he's doing what they're doing, and his money has he sent me the figures. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a fantastic time. Billionaires are made in these kind of markets. Y'all, the world is not okay. Okay, it's not. It is not. You're being propaganda to death. Let me pause real quick. Go ahead, Chris.
Do you think there's going to be a huge government collapse? Because there's already a lack of resources towards food.
No. It won't be a government collapse. You're using too much common sense. Okay, Chris is saying the system is going to collapse. It is, but the government won't collapse. The system. Let me define what I mean to you by system. Y'all, the middle class is going to collapse. Mm. The government won't collapse because the rich will keep getting richer and the poor will keep getting poorer. So what you're going to see is, let's go back to what Phil said. What you're going to see is the stocks go up. You're going to see people like me put my stuff in real estate. What's going to happen? Rents are going to go up, supply and demand. And it's going to be more squeeze on you because everything costs more. Go ahead, Phil.
In page 2 of my handouts that I'll be covering at the conference, plug, Jack Welch, former CEO of General Electric, says, during uncertain times, we weed out the weak players and the strong ones widen the gap. Our core competency is we make great people. Our greatest asset is our desire to learn from each other. And that's what we're doing here. We're helping everybody become greater, and we're learning from each other.
That's absolutely right. This is why you see me doing more content, doing more stuff. Let me tell you, I told Tempest, our head engineer, and other engineers last night. I had to step away during the Bureau of Dominant Speakers because we at 7 o'clock. It's 6:30. So they at work, they're up and they see my messages. Okay. And I said, they said, oh man, well, we're gonna go on lockdown. And I said, it's no problem. Because first off, I don't really care about anything because there's no bad news to me. And he said, that's America's worst. And he said they was scared. I was like, no. That's like gonna be the greatest thing to happen to ATS. 7 million customers. You fool around and shut the world back down. We're gonna get 7 million customers in 1 year, is what I told him. I need you to process that. We're built for this. The worst thing that can happen to ATS is everybody live their dreams. that's the worst thing that can happen. Switch this around so it's not hitting my collar. The worst thing that can happen, I'm gonna hit that one too. The worst thing that can happen is, I know what to do. Make my collar a little lazy. Nah. I made collar a little lazy. The worst thing that can happen is everybody lives their dreams and there's no need for ATS. But as soon as y'all back on lockdown, all y'all friends that y'all went to, they're gonna say, Jeanette, tell me about that again. Yeah. And the thing was gonna happen because people scared. And when you scared, you want instructions. And we are the greatest instructors on planet Earth. That's simple. Seriously. In less than 10 minutes, I just showed you why you should be thinking 120 days out. But I'm not thinking 120 days out. I don't see anything getting better than 2023, but that's not because it's not COVID that's going to last that long. It's going to be this economic collapse. Here's what's going to happen. Things won't start getting better until Joe Biden's 3rd year in office. Okay? It won't. And this is just history repeating itself. It's no different than Clinton's first run. This is no different than Obama's first run. You're if you divorce yourself from your political party, there's something that always happens to the economy when one party is in, and something that always happens to the economy when another party is in. And it's happened since, who was before Reagan? Yeah, Carter. They hated Jimmy Carter. Ooh, they hated him. They hated Carter. They love him now. Yeah, time to give you a good legacy. They hated Carter. Unemployment was like 22%. Get him out of there. But it's been happening since then. You have to look. This is why all those billionaires that I'm watching are betting on China. I showed y'all these videos, didn't I? On one of these classes. This is why videos are betting on China. So this is what you do to protect yourself, because I haven't changed my whole meeting. No. Tempest, is Tempest on? Okay, I got you. Hold on, y'all. It's not even connected. Come get this and tell him to call Tempest. It's not connected, but tell him Tempest call Pavin. It wouldn't even connect. Don't worry about it. It's not even connected. That's software stuff. Tempest disconnect or don't disconnect, but jump off, call Pavin. All right. Now, solutions. This is how you protect your company. Okay, thank you, Tempest. What's the strongest vehicle you know? If it's, well, Deanna said you, talking about me. Okay, if that's the case, you need to attach yourself to the vehicle of ATS. Now, the way you do it is unlimited, especially with me giving you permission to do it. But you need to don't be humble. Just write all this down. Do not be humble. Get as much attention as possible. Everything else is literally what you need to hear. Just don't be humble. Get as much attention as possible. You need to take credit for the free tuition rebates. The $30,000 scholarship. You need to tie it into your company. It needs to be your giveaway. It needs to be your giveaway. It does. If you can sell our. If you're in India and you have senior level at $4.99 right now, and you're a consultant, and you're not selling senior level at $9.99 right now, you may need to do push-ups. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to tell you that. Right? I'm not sure how to tell you that. You need to, as fully as possible, adjust to this market. You need to adjust, and you need to create predictable revenue. Your revenue does not have to be sporadic. Sporadic means, layman's terms, here or there, but with no predictable order. It's not even random. It's just completely worse than random. It may not even show up randomly. It's sporadic. That's what you need to do. If I were you, I'd take Verkeza very seriously. I'm not even trying. That's not even the plug. And I'm a big plugger. I will plug anything quickly. It's not. It's just an opportunity. I wish Viagra would let me get 50% of their sales. I wish. Because guess what else is going to go up when lockdown happens? Please know. I can tell you everything that's going to go up during the lockdown or during when people got to stay home. I tell you everything's going to go up.
The birth rate.
Birth rate's going to go up. The whole sex aid industry is going to go up. Marijuana is going to shoot through the roof. And the whole cannabis industry, especially edibles, because now you're going to have folk who don't even use recreational drugs. They don't want to smell like smoke. But these damn kids is getting on their nerves. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I can't give it to you no other real way. Hey, I'm home all day. I need some sort of release. Pop one of these edibles. I'm tired of cleaning up the living room every 30 minutes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't fool me now. You know what I'm talking about. Don't fool me. Yes, okay. And then on the adverse side, domestic violence is going to go up. You're going to have a lot of abuse victims stuck with their abuser, right? Going through the cycle of abuse. If we give away free scholarships and people sign up for free, how do we get the residual income? The company will take over, Christine. So every time you sign someone up for free, then we call them and then we love on them and then we follow their dreams and we talk to them and then we upgrade them for you. That's how you get the residual income. That means once they pay, you will automatically get a notification that they paid.
Question, is that only for the week after? Is that only for the week after the Dominate conference, or is that just in general all the time?
That is standard all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh,
cool.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
All right. So I have no idea how both of them had that question. So that's on us. All right. Monica, where you at? Y'all front lines. Where's Reggie? There's no way they should have had that question. Ain't no way they should have had that. Ain't no way. Her question. Adrian had a question. Christine had a question. Christine been here 2 weeks. I get it. But it shouldn't take 2 weeks to know that we're going to do all the work for you. It should take 2 weeks. And Adrian been here 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't take long.
I didn't know, because I try to help out as much as possible. That's why I was asking. So now with the pitch and everybody is going to go, I wasn't sure, because I like to help Grace a little bit, but that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fine on your end. I ain't worried about what you talking about. I'm saying we got to figure out how to have people know that in 20 seconds. we got to take 2 weeks down to 20 seconds. Now, I want a detailed, written out plan submitted to me by 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? It's our number one thing. It's a number two mission, but it's the number one thing that we do. Okay, go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, it is the number one thing. It's, and it's a beautiful thing, the way that it's set up. If everybody understands that, the whole concept of being able to get so much value with that free scholarship set up to get folks in, because we know that 35% of those people are going to become paying members. We know that. All we have to do is to continue dating them, continue them getting more and more value without paying any money. And at some point, 35%, maybe more of those people are just going to go, wow, I've gotten something will come across their desk that will just be irresistible. They will have to purchase. They will have to come in. It's inevitable. And that's the beauty of this whole system that you've set up, and it's genius.
I appreciate you. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Christine said Monica did tell her. So good job, Monica. I know y'all are being told this needs to be neon light. You walk in, take your shoes off. Come in my living room, take your shoes off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in California, take your shoes off. If I just bought a $20,000 rug, it ain't gonna take you 20 steps to know to take your shoes off. I'm gonna meet you at the door and say, take your shoes off. You know what I'm saying? We need to meet people in the parking lot and say, hey, we'll do all the work for you. Success will reveal your failures. I think Christine has probably signed up the most people in the last week than anybody else. She knew, she was verifying, but we want to meet Christine's. This is what I'm saying in the last 2 minutes. I want to meet Christine's people she ain't met yet. In the parking lot. I want to meet them in a social media comment right now. And then have them go, man, I just talked to one of these people. You was just telling me about them. That's where I want to meet them at. Yeah, I don't want to meet them when they get here. I want to meet them somewhere. She made a post and somebody in the commented, Monica, go check her thread. Make that new standard. Y'all know y'all people. You can't do it for 15,000 people, but you can do it for the people working. Go check their thread. The manager said that someone signed up, but she don't even know from a post. She don't even know who they are. Who got Amanda? You? Go find that post. Go find out who signed up. And right now, you go shower love and give that person donuts and yoo-hoos and chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, oh my God, man, it told me so much about you. This is what we should be doing. This is the difference between winning and losing, or massive winning and massive losing. You get what I'm saying? Go on, run on out there and start looking at Christine's post and then help her talk to people. You ain't got to say just environment. This is straight up. Oh my God, Christine is one of my best people. This is Monica talking. I saw you coming on the post. Is there any way I can serve you? Watch this here. I'm actually part of Christine's team that helps all the people she interact with out. Not selling you anything. How well would that make Christine look? There you go. There you go. So thank you for saying that, y'all. This is how I'm thinking. I'm thinking anywhere else. Get it? If you get confused, be more like Amazon. You'll be just fine. All right. That's it, y'all. And yes. You gonna go over itinerary? Deanna's gonna go over itinerary real quick, and I'll come back if y'all still on. But she's gonna go over the conference itinerary. Listen to that, and she's cute and stuff. Okay, go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Dominate Conference, you will be receiving an email today or tomorrow with the itinerary. So I'm going to post day 1 in the chat, and then I'm going to post day 2. Day 1 begins December 4th. And we have an amazing host on that day. If you do not know who the host is for December 4th, it is the one, the only Vegas man himself, Mr. Jerry Potter, will be hosting on December 4th. And we're super excited for that. And opening up on December 4th is our co-founder and cybersecurity expert, Miss Tempest S. Smith. And the title of her keynote on that morning, she's going to be gut punching us first thing in the morning with I struggled with prosperity. Then from there, I will be giving you special promotions. So I'll let you know what's going on, what's the new promotions during this time. And then we're going to move on to the one, the only, the original and award-winning humor consultants, Mr. Phil Sorrentino will be hitting us with the first keynote of the morning, the first with Work Smart, Have Fun, Make Money. Because you can't really have fun if you're not making money, but you can't do either one if you're not working smart. From there, we have Miss Serena Brown Travis joining us. And then we have Mr. affectionately known as Uncle Vastine East coming to us with education for radical times. From there, I will be coming back to you guys and telling you how social media for 2021, you got to do this and win. Just do this and win. And then our co-founder and cybersecurity expert, Ms. Tempest S. Smith, will be coming up and teaching us on how to have the courage to show up and be seen. It's not the easiest thing, ladies and gentlemen, trust me. And following her, we have our VP of training, Miss Grace Y. Sandals, with trusting when you don't understand. Because we know how hard that is. It's hard to trust people when you don't understand. That's called blind trust, and it ain't easy. And then after that, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr. will be closing us out with how to get more than you have ever expected. And we will have our closing remarks from our wonderful host for day one, Mr. Jerry Potter. So that covers day one of the Dominate Conference. Now I know you're wondering, so what are we doing on day two? How's day two going to go? What's going on then? Well, here you go. For day two, we have the one, the only, the electrical, Mr. Law Loadholt hosting on December 5th. Opening us up on that day will be Miss Grace Y. Sandals, and she's going to teach us also on how she struggled with prosperity. Following that, we have Mr. Kristen The Truth Jones, the 14-year-old millionaire that will be teaching us on investing in stocks. And then followed by him is the $2 billion man himself, Mr. Brad Blazer, who will be teaching us on investing in real estate. Following that, we have Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr., who's going to knock us dead with his top plan for 2021 dominance. Then I'm going to follow him and I'm going to teach you the best places to spend money on marketing. From there, Tempest S. Smith is going to round us up again for an hour of an amazing, trust me, she going to knock us because she's a powerhouse. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Miss Monica Elena will be speaking and she will tell us how to sell in 2021. How closing after the worst year ever recorded in modern history. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but selling in today's world is crazy. But Miss Monica is going to teach you how to do it. Then following that, we have Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr. He's going to teach us how to win without investors. And then he's going to come right back and teach us how to turn $59.99, I got it right this time, a month into $1 million. And then from there, we will be closing it out. We'll have closing remarks and more promotions from our host, Mr. Law Loadholt, and all of the vice presidents and C-level staff here at the ATSJR companies. Again, you will be receiving an email between today and tomorrow with your itinerary, letting you know how to join. Invite. Don't be the only ones enjoying all of this value and education. Invite others so that they can live their dreams as well, so that they can know how to dominate 2021. You just heard Antonio. if you're not prepared up until April of 2021, it's going to be hard. But even harder, you got to think about December, Christmas, and New Year's. So let's get out there. Remember to invite. Let's have an amazing day. Holidays are on tomorrow. Yes, sir, Mr. Phil.
And remember, just invite. Get as many people in the top of your sales funnel as you can, even if they don't attend the conference. Then when you follow up after you've experienced the conference for 2 days, they'll see the difference in you. So think of everybody that you invite as just the beginning of your potential relationship with them. And whether they come to the conference or not, that's up to them. And then we've got my handouts. I give everybody permission to give out my handouts to everybody. So they say, here's what one of the speakers is going to cover. There's 16 pages there. So again, we're providing value. We're making the world a better place. We're telling these people, this is an event you should not miss. So if you can, put your days aside. But think of every person you invite from now on, they get into your sales funnel, that even if they don't come from the conference, you follow up after the conference and they hear the difference in you, they're going to increase their chances of becoming part of us.
All right, Mr. Field, thank you so much for that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Field, Mr. Field's handouts have been sent to all of the messenger groups, to everyone. And so what he's saying, make sure, download his handouts and give them to the people that you're inviting to the conference so they can have, they can see, okay, this is what's going to be talked about during the conference. And then that way, okay, I'm excited about what's going to be happening. So they will invite people, come on to the conference. We get more and more people there. Thank you so much, Mr. Field. Is there anything else? Anything else? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for joining us on today's daily meeting. Join us today at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Zeros to the Right training call, and then again at 1:30 p.m. Central, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and 11:30 a.m. Pacific for the Team Goal Getters call. On both calls, we will be going over the Ricasa orientation videos that have been given out. We're going to be talking about what they mean, how to use them, and how to train your team on how to use them. So be there for that. Both training calls, we're going to be going over the videos. If you have questions, we will be there to answer them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your day. India family, UK family, have a great rest of your, this is Wednesday for us, Thursday, or Wednesday evening for you all. You can put better. You can dominate. Everyone take care.
Love you.
Looking for a brew unique to you? Find it at Kroger. Discover distinctly different chameleon organic ground coffee with flavors like Guatemala and Dark and Handsome. They're so organic, so sustainable, and so good. Visit Kroger today to get yours.
Do you know how many files your employees have uploaded, downloaded, emailed, airdropped, Slacked, or shared via Google Drive today? A lot of that data has left your organization, and you don't even know it. Visit code42.com to learn how Insider prevents data exfiltration.